Hi ladies and gentlemen. In this tutorial I want to talk to you about adding a drop-down list to a field. Now you'll notice some of these fields have drop-down lists, so if I click on the drop-down I have options to choose from. When I showed you how to add a field to Act, I created a field called favorite ice cream. But you'll notice there's no down arrow here, and the problem with this is if you have staff and one person types in chalk for chocolate, that's fine. The next person might type in chocolate, and that's fine as well. But if the next person types in chocolate ice cream and they have all these options, well, one of the functions of ACT is to be able to find things. And if you want to find all the people that like chocolate, well, it's harder if everyone's putting in their own thing, or they can type in their own thing. There might be misspellings. So when you create a field, you often want to think about controlling the way data is input into that field. So when I first created this field, I didn't go towards this. So let me show you how that works. By going back to Tools, I'm going to go to Define Fields, but this time I'm going to edit a field. And I could have done this when I first started, but I chose not to. So here's favorite ice cream right there, and I'm going to go Edit Field. Now, at this point, one of the options here is Use Drop-Down List. In here it says Create New List, and I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm going to click Next, and this box pops up, and I got to give this a name, this list a name. And I generally recommend that when you give it a name, give it the same name as whatever the field is. So again, this is the drop-down list that we're naming, not the field. We've already done that. So I'm typing in favorite ice cream. Once I do that, I can choose what type of field it is. Is it a number field, a decimal, currency? I'm just going to leave it as character. I do not want users to edit this. In other words, if you have multiple users in your office, I don't want them to be able to come in and change this. You want to be in control of this. So I'm going to click on this to take it off. And I'm going to click Next. Now, we have to add our first value. So I'm going to click on Add. And I'm going to type in chocolate. Okay. The next one I'm going to put in is I'm going to click Add again. I'm going to put in strawberry. And again, you want to type this in the way you'd want to see it. And the last one I'm going to put in is vanilla. And I'm going to keep this pretty simple. And I'm going to click Next. And the next option is, do I want to limit to the list? And I do. If you start getting new flavors, it should be a discussion and to get it in there. The next thing is allow multi-select. Well, this puts little boxes next to each item so you can select each item. But again, I try to get people to really make specific decisions on this, and I usually take this and leave it off. Enable type ahead, all that means is when you press the letter V for vanilla, vanilla is going to fill right in. And I love that feature because it makes inputting really easy and simple. I'm going to click Next, and Next, and just the stuff that I've gone through, just get to the end point and click Finish. And now, when I click Close, I want you to observe what happens to this field up here. So as we come back in, now we have a drop down here. And the drop down is only these three options. So if it's strawberry, I click on strawberry. Now, this is a little bit getting into the next step of what I tend to talk about. So when you use ACT on a day-to-day basis, it's very important that you control data and the way it's input, because if you put good data in, you can get good data out. Or GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. It's very important to control the way data goes in, so when you're looking for stuff, you know exactly what you're looking for. If we give people too many options, it creates chaos. And also from a simplicity point of view, I think it's easier to train people when you show them these options and give them specific things they need to do, and don't give them too much leeway. I think it's just easier in the long run for everyone involved. So that's why a drop-down list is so important. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's my tutorial on drop-down lists. We're going to get into this a little bit more when we start talking about ACT and using ACT on a daily basis and how some of this stuff becomes so relevant. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. Bye now.